party's over, and all the people who came survived. Nobody got sick today. One reason for that is that I was by myself and I didn't have any alcohol in the house, and so I did okay. I'm talking about Corona samizdat. There's our fantastic logo done by Jeff Walton, the illustrator of this book and the upcoming revamped, modernized, expanded version of the philosophy of creativity by my old professor, David Miller, who's still around and still got the wits about him, which won't be true when I get to be his age. I think he's 82 or 83. He's got 20 years on me, and he's had a lot of time to up-mental his dementals. And I've already decided, I just started writing my next book because I just finished the one that's coming out tomorrow, The Periplus of Spurtank Road, The Last Word on Colonialism. And today is the second anniversary of our press, so it'd be nice if I could go get the book today. But I don't know, printers don't work on Sundays, the fucking crazy bastards, don't they? I mean, if this was Victorian England, my God, I could go. Probably my kids are too old to work. 17 and 18, they probably wouldn't have a decent job. But maybe they'd have friends, former classmates. I don't know. Probably they'd be at sea, my kids. So anyway, the point is that we live in difficult times. Back in Victorian England, all you have to do is go to the head of the press who says, hey, I'm sleeping. It's Sunday. I'm relaxing. You want a drink? Some tea, maybe? Or some IPA beer, which we made especially for our troops in India. And I'd say, no, I don't have time. It's a 2-year anniversary thing, and then he'd call the kids and say, hey, get down and print that fucking book. And by God, if I have to come in there and supervise, there are going to be a few of you going to sea a little earlier, Normally it's 12, but you, hey, Timmy. All right. Martha, get Timmy out of here. Timmy's going to see tomorrow. Fuck you, Timmy. Who do we got? Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Mr. Please. Yeah, okay, all of you, go down and get the job done. We will. Will you feed us? No. Maybe later. Yeah. Anyway, so that the point is we're if there's a point, here's some more light. No, officer. Yes, I printed it, but Zach drew the nudies. Speaking of Vesna Radic and Tenderlopolis there. Look behind me. See that empty shelf? I created that to so we would have more. There's some more empty. We got all this. This is all our shelves, and so I created this and this. This one will be empty soon. I hope you got a look at that. Here, I can see what I show you here. This shelf is books by people I know, and what I'm doing is removing books from my non-Corona shelves. These are all just double packed, and but I'm making a lot of room so that we'll fill up that one and empty this one. Maybe today, if I start feeling like a Victorian kid again, But anyway, happy 2-year anniversary. Not to me. Uh, to who? Uh, to David Vardaman, because he's got a fourth book coming out probably in the fall, and he's one of the great, what we call them in discoveries, and he's just like a Native American, he's been here the whole time writing, and then, but the powers that be are, and so he isn't, or wasn't. But now the people who are reading him are really pleased. I want to thank also Bill Clark and Jeff Bursey for being Canadian. We've got three Burseys out. Wait, one, two. Is it two Burseys out? Well, we've got a big bad Bursey criticism book coming out around the end of May, and this is Jeff Clark. No, W.D. Clark. I wonder if I have this is a beautiful cover by Zach Tanner. But the original idea was to, oh shit, yesterday I knew where it was. I think I remember thinking, okay, we won't need to look at that right away. So I don't know, his book is back probably behind there somewhere. The original version of White Mythologies. That book is really unbelievably good. The thing about these Canadian guys, and we have two more coming, Nick Voro and Lee Thompson, and the thing about these Canadian guys is they write books that are worthy of national book awards. Christ almighty. I understand why the first novel by Jeff Bursey, which was probably perfect, why it couldn't win a major award, which is because it was skin-tight satire to the degree that if you are not fully aware of the political process in Canada, you don't know when you're supposed to laugh and for what reasons. I mean, it's easy in the United States. You just talk about the latest president and it's fucking funny. In a way that makes you want to commit suicide, but it's funny. And the thing with Bursey's book is, that some of it's funny, but you don't know if it's, realistic funny or satire funny, or the satire is so realistic. It just makes satire difficult. So, okay, and it's called Verbatim. But the book that we published by him, which is Unidentified Man at Left of Photo, a modernist masterpiece that reads easy and hilarious at the same time. W.D. Clark is like slyly hilarious himself, and so I want to thank them. I want to thank who else do I want to thank? John Cleese for teaching me how to thank every possible contributor. I would like to thank Michael Palin for being on John Cleese's list, along with I don't know what did he have? Who? Now he didn't. What I would put on my list is all the top 20 leaders in sacrifice bunts in baseball history. And because one of the best, and probably the one who would have had the most ever, got killed in the gloaming with a fastball that he never saw coming. And they say when it hit his head, it made a sound like it hit a bat. And so the pitcher went for the ball thinking he'd hit it. So the pitcher couldn't clearly see the batter, obviously. Anyway, that's a story I didn't plan on telling, but I tell it pretty well in Walk Like a Duck, a season of Little League Baseball in Italy, which has a lot more about fascism than bunting, but has its share of both. I want to thank every author, and I'm not going to do it by name because, I'm a big shot chief editor. I don't know their names. Fuck these guys. Orbo and the Godhead. Love the writing. The kid's a natural writer, that kid. But, how am I supposed to remember Luke Dellin, Or Crewley. I mean, a guy called Crewley, now I find out, his fucking name is not Crewley at all. It's Jonathan Trosclair. I, I don't know. So I can't name all these people. Zachary Tanner probably deserves the most thanks because once we got Chandler Broussard, Zach liked Broussard as much as I did. How do I look in Sunface? That's not. I mean, I know blackface is bad, but what about Sunface? Is that okay? Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah, Zachary Tanner has made so many covers. This one, my favorite all-time book. I've said this before. Zachary Tanner took my idea and which would have made a great cover, and did something. I don't know where the inspiration came from, but removing all the background, and so the Balkan flip is just a tactile and visual masterpiece. And the next one, the one that I'm going to pick up tomorrow, The Periplus of Spur Tank Road, is another Zach Tanner masterpiece. And the next book after that we're going to publish is our fifth Chandler Broussard. The double view will now be the Double Dealers, which is what he wanted. Not Zach, but Chandler Broussard. So I want to thank Stephen Moore for giving us so much help regarding Chandler Broussard, because he was a friend of Broussard and a supporter of Broussard, and he's, by virtue of all this, an expert on Broussard. So that's another person to thank. Philip Friedenberg and Jeff Walton, I thank them not because they wrote the most significant book in the 20th century so far. Go ahead, argue me, and not because Jeff could write, could draw the Dick Cheney accelerator and so on. I want to thank them for their attitudes. They are two of the most brilliant creative minds I've ever met. But whilst I am a cynical cocksucker, not literally, but not yet anyway. But they are relentlessly positive. I'm sure they see the same things that make me. I don't know. They make me feel bad. But those guys, they take the positive energy that's remaining and build upon it, and it feeds their genius. And when I get a good idea, like the idea of doing a gold cactus boots, Phil gets the idea, well, use real gold. And so we got, there's real gold in them hills. And, so I have a good idea to do an anniversary issue. But it was his idea, and then, him and Jeff together created the ephemera, the extras that people get when they get one of the first 100 books. They get stickers and a toy, pretty high-tech, classy toy. And, so I want to thank them. And, I do thank all the other writers. But, they're all unique in their own way. Thank all of you. And, buyers, readers, followers, open minds. Instagram has been a revelation to me. Thank you all. If you've bought one book, if you've never bought a book, but at least you don't hate us for no reason, or are not neurotic and hate us, or for whatever reason people might hate us or me, thank you for not doing so. Take care now. This is Rick Harsh.